Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is DesiNightsis, and today I'm going to be showing you the double chocobo glitch. There's a couple reasons I'm showing this. For one, I believe I'm the first person to have found it. The regular chocobo glitch, as I like to call it, was found a little while ago in the speedrunning community, but I think I was the first one to actually go in and really delve into it and try to find all sorts of ridiculous stuff that it could do, and I happened upon the double chocobo glitch. Secondly, this is a really easy glitch to do, and it's very visually appealing, so it's my kind of favorite glitch where you can show it off to your friends. You can see someone playing Final Fantasy VII and say, hey, have you ever heard of the double chocobo glitch, and kind of show it off and get a laugh. So always my favorite types of glitches are the ones that are super easy to do but look really cool. So we're going to be doing it on the Steam version. You can do this on any version, but the results are different, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But all you need for this glitch is any save with a chocobo in the stables. It can be any kind of chocobo, just at least one chocobo that's in the stables. So we're going to pick this save here that's on disc 3. And we're going to go over here. This is on the continent with the gold saucer. And we're going to go over to these footprints here, and we're going to catch a wild chocobo. So let's do that real fast. Alrighty, so we have our random chocobo. We're going to come over here, and we're going to line up underneath the submarine dock here, and to the left of where this little point in the terrain is. Basically, all you want to do is you want to be lined up with this right here, where the sand is kind of coming at an angle here. And all you're going to do is you're going to run into the sand going left. And if you've never run into the sand before with the chocobo, then you're going to get this little animation where the chocobo falls down the sand and then runs back up the sand and says "work." But it doesn't matter whether or not you get that animation or not. All that matters is that you smack into the sand. Then you're going to get off of the chocobo, and while you're getting off the chocobo, you're going to be holding down. So as soon as you see Cloud start to get off the chocobo, just hold down. And Cloud's going to say, not even a chocobo can make it across. You can skip through that text. And then he's going to say, not even a chocobo can make it across again. And during this second text box, you can move Cloud around. And you'll see his animation is kind of broken here. At this point, you've done the regular chocobo glitch. Now, this glitch isn't super useful. If you were to skip through this text, the chocobo would run away like he normally does. If you get into a fight, then the chocobo just disappears off the map once you come back out of the fight. The only thing that this glitch is used for is something in the speedrunning community that's called the Cosmo Canyon skip. It's done only on the PS4 version because the PS4 version is the only one where you can get all the way over to Cosmo Canyon without getting into a fight using the no encounters cheat. And basically, you go over there, you jump out of the buggy, you jump back into the buggy on the same frame that the chocobo is trying to run away, and at the same time you cross the threshold where the buggy normally breaks down. And long story short, the chocobo script takes preference over the buggy breaking down script. So the chocobo runs away instead of the buggy breaking down, and you're able to continue along the path and go all the way to Nibelheim and completely skip Cosmo Canyon. Now, that skip's pretty useless to anyone playing the game casually, but for speedrunners it's great because they get to skip the whole Cosmo Canyon scene. But I wanted to see if this glitch could be used for anything else, so I started tinkering around with it, and the first thing I found out is that if you pause the game and save, quit the game, and then reload the same save, the chocobo will now be permanently stuck in that spot. You can get into fights, you can go into towns, whatever you want, the chocobo will stay there. If you walk up to the chocobo and try to get on him, it will let you, and then he'll just be a wild chocobo again, and you can get off and take him to the stables or whatever. But more interestingly, if you get in the Highwind and go over to the big bad snake, he has a script that tells the game that if Cloud is on a chocobo when you fight him, to place Cloud back on a chocobo when you're done fighting him. And the game right now is confused. It thinks that Cloud is on a chocobo even though he's not. So if you were to fight the Zolom, afterwards the chocobo will just magically appear underneath Cloud and you'll suddenly have a chocobo again. Similarly, if you go to excuse me, if you go to the Chocobo farm, if you walk in the farm and walk out of the farm, the same thing will happen. The Chocobo will magically teleport to you, and you'll suddenly have the Chocobo again. But if you go to the farm and you tell the game that you want to ride one of your previously caught Chocobos, the game is going to try to put Cloud on 2 Chocobos at once. It's going to try to bring the wild Chocobo over to you, and at the same time, it's going to place you on the Chocobo that you pick out of your stables. It doesn't matter which one you pick. I'll pick my black Chocobo. And so you're going to get a double Chocobo. Both Chocobos are trying to be used at the same time. Now, this has a couple of different results you can get, depending on which version you're on. On the Steam version, you're going to get this funny look where both Chocobo models are on top of each other and Cloud is completely gone. If you get off of the Chocobo, it will actually correctly place you on the second Chocobo. So you'll get off of the black Chocobo and suddenly Cloud will be back on the wild Chocobo and everything will be normal. However, if you get on the high wind and then get back off the high wind, now if you get off the Chocobo, you become the wild Chocobo. And you are now just a wild Chocobo. Cloud is nowhere in sight. And you've pretty much successfully soft-locked the game. If you try to get off this Chocobo, it will just soft-lock, and the Chocobo will do this weird animation where he's like trying to look up at the sky, and you'll just be stuck, and you'll have to reset the game. The only way to fix this is if you do go fight the Zolom and run away, or defeat the Zolom. The game will successfully place you back on the Chocobo as normal, and now you can get off the Chocobo and either send him to the stables or turn him loose, and everything is back to normal. Now, as I said, this glitch has a lot of different results depending on which version of the game you're playing. If you are playing the PS1 version on either a PS1 or the PS2, the game will hard lock as soon as you try to move using both Chocobos. The actual reason this happens has to do with the fact that the second Chocobo is trying to call an animation 0, and the PS1 and PS2 do not have the capability to do that, so the game just hard locks. If you, however, play the PS1 version on a PS3 console, or you play the PS3 digital port, the game will successfully call Animation 0, and you'll see a mangled up Chocobo model on the ground as you run around. If you try the glitch on the PS4 version, the same exact thing will happen as the Steam version, and I would have to guess that the Switch version probably reacts the same way. So that's pretty much it for the glitch. Like I said, it's very easy to do. Feel free to try it on any console you want. We've been doing extensive research on this glitch at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DeathlyNightSus. So if you have any ideas as to what you think could possibly push this glitch further, be sure to drop on by and let me know anytime you want. Or if you have any questions or concerns about the glitch, if you can't get it to work for some reason, feel free to come on by and ask me questions. I'm always available, and I would love to help you figure it out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.